Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
The search is on for ideas and investors that can help drum up business.
Also tonight, want to mail something from the U.S. here to the U.S. there? It's going to cost more in tariffs.
And a man who may have tried to take out much more than cash at an ATM pleads not guilty.
In sports, what do Borat and Stella have in common? If you said the wonderful land of Kazakhstan, you would be correct.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
Over the past year, the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council has traveled across the Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and Hawaiian Islands to hear directly from fishing communities living on the edges of a changing environment. Through support from the Inflation Reduction Act, we've been meeting with small boat fishermen, indigenous leaders, and community advocates to understand how the climate is impacting their access to fisheries, island infrastructure, and food security. From Hilo to Hagatnya, from Ta'u to Tinian, our communities are sharing their experiences. They're feeling the effects of a changing ocean, shifting fish stocks, predatory sharks, and the challenges of regulatory pressure without resources they need to adapt to these changes. In response, the Council and our federal partners are working out a climate responsive plan that include scenario planning to prepare for future challenges, regulatory reviews to fit policies with local needs, better management practices to adapt to changes, and support and training for our fishing communities. This isn't just about fish. It's about the people who rely on fishing to feed their families, sustain their cultures, and grow their economies. By listening thoughtfully and acting strategically, we're working to ensure the U.S. Pacific Islands have the voice, the skills, the tools, and the resilience to navigate the currents of future change. Aloha, olomwe, undankulu sijusmase, and tofa soifua fa'afatai.
Hafiday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on October 6th from our studio on Capitol Hill.
In trying economic times, a new Governor's Council of Economic Advisors assembles today offering, if nothing else, hope. The Governor's conference room was filled this morning with both private sector and government volunteers selected as economic advisors for the new Governor's Council. Council Executive Director C.J. Bermudez, Lieutenant Governor Dennis Mendiola, and Chamber of Commerce leader Joe Guerrero.
So today's intent really was for us to come together and just kind of formalize the governor's directive for the Economic Council to kick off. So what we did for the first meeting was bring everybody in so that we can, put faces to the names to the face, and get familiar with everybody, and then launch some of the priorities.
The emphasis for the council, this new council, is to draw upon all the plans that are already out there. We have a lot of plans. And as the Lieutenant Governor said, now is the time to execute. We can't just be talking about these plans and ideas. We need to start prioritizing and pick the low-hanging fruit. What can we do in the next 30 days?
The first step, according to Guerrero, is to establish 4 standing committees.
One is Tourism, Infrastructure, and Sports Committee.
Yep.
The next one, and in no order of particular importance, Labor and Workforce Development Committee. Third, we have a Domestic Policy and Government Services Committee. And last but not least, Economic Diversification Committee.
The point that we're trying to do is that we're trying to attack or face those issues that are, that can be handled within the next 30 days. For example, permitting issues. For example, zoning issues. Right? These are a lot of conversations that we're hearing in the community. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to, find these low-hanging fruit that we can address now. And the way it's going to work again is the council is going to formulate a plan and present it to the governor, and hopefully we can move from there, right? And it could be as easy as just an executive order, or we can work with the legislature through policy changes.
Announcements are forthcoming regarding impending investments coming to the CNMI.
I wouldn't go as far as to say we're going to rely on tourism as the only industry. I know there's been efforts to diversify our economy, which is good for everybody, including tourism. But tourism is our product, right? This is what we have right now. We have the infrastructure in place. So as any business would, you start with what you have, the assets that you have, and we have tourism assets. But there is a lot of effort. In fact, it was shared at our meeting. CEDA was part of our meeting, and he shared the significant amount of interest from foreign investors in light of the tariffs that are upon many countries. He's getting an overwhelming, in his words, an overwhelming response.
In what appears to be desperate times, hope is a most coveted commodity.
While the search is on for businesses that could possibly manufacture here and export tariff-free to the United States, there could be some roadblocks. Now, not many understand it. Not many have done it, but we have been told that simple packages mailed from this U.S. territory to the mainland of the United States that have goods worth over $100 now includes a tariff calculator, and the amount you pay depends on the type of goods, its origin, and more. Confused? So is everybody else. Since September 29, the United States Postal Service, or USPS, has implemented a new process to prepay custom duties on outgoing packages from the CNMI to the 50 United States, District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico through a third-party application. This process is in place following Executive Order 14324, suspending the de minimis exemption. The executive order was signed by President Trump on July 30th and came into effect on August 29th. The third-party mobile app is called Zonos Pay. According to the directions displayed at the post office, after downloading the app and creating an account, customers can go through the process of adding items on their shipment. Duties calculated can be paid for, and a QR code will be generated. The QR code is then scanned at the postal counter for acceptance. Tariffs on goods from the Northern Mariana Islands are charged for packages that cost $100 or more. Documents are said to be exempt. In a letter to the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, Congresswoman Kimberlyn King-Hines has highlighted several issues with the process, such as the CNMI being U.S. soil, which cannot be deemed as a foreign security risk, and questions of how duties collected will be returned to the CNMI Treasury as required by the covenant.
A man caught on video attempting to disassemble a cash machine pleads not guilty in a court of law. Olnegashang Mengadab appears before Judge Joseph Camacho in the case of the Middle Road ATM assault. With another criminal defense already in process, Mr. Mengadab has appointed a separate public defender to represent him in this case. Viral video coverage shows a man attempting to disassemble a bank ATM machine on Middle Road, Police claim the assailant to be Mr. Megadab, but the accused pleads not guilty to all charges. A status conference is set for November 6.
A local man pleads not guilty to the charges of sexual abuse of 3 minors. Judge Joseph Camacho hears a plea today from defendant Valentin Mangarero. 42-year-old Mangarero is accused of sexually assaulting 3 underage minors with multiple instances occurring over a period of at least 9 years. He is charged with sexual abuse of a minor in the first degree, indecent exposure in the first and second degree, assault and battery, and disturbing the peace. The victims have told police that Mangarero has threatened violence if the victims spoke out. Today in court, the plea of not guilty is presented with the defendant remanded back into custody. A status conference is set for November the 6th.
It's a movement, not a moment, standing with survivors of domestic and sexual violence. At the World Resort this week, a gathering of community advocates, lawmakers, and law keepers kick off October Awareness Month. Zaranai Sapong, Northern Marianas Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence.
I'm here for survivors.
One more time, guys. 1, 2, 3.
I'm here for survivors.
Today we are at the proclamation signing ceremony for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we've invited the community, our political leaders, our advocates, just to come together, just to kind of remind everybody what October is, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we also celebrated our BOLA Award, which was for Chief Hines.
As part of the ceremony, the 2025 Bridge of Light Award is given to CNMI Chief Prosecutor Chester Hines. Chief Hines has been a steadfast advocate for sexual violence survivors, notably championing 2025 Public Law 24-06, which strengthens protections for minors in sexual offense cases.
And I am proud to say that the Criminal Division is dedicated to standing up for victims and standing with survivors. Yes, it is my job. But this is more than work for me. It is my passion, and it is personal to me. I wish I could get justice for every victim. I know I can, but that doesn't mean I won't stop trying, or I won't keep trying. And the Criminal Division will keep trying, because it is a movement and not a moment.
Amazing. When I found out, I was actually shocked. I was surprised. But this award is not just for me. It's an award for the office. We fight so hard every day. I mean, we really advocate and we fight for victims, and it's something that's just part of the job. But it's also my passion, and I wake up every day wanting to do it. So.
Why are you so passionate about it?
I don't know. It's just something that's inside.
Cecilia Tartano-Fitial is the invited inspirational speaker. She shares her life experiences.
There's no shame in coming out to get help, even if it means to talk to somebody. But we should be a part of our community that comes together to help others heal. Because sometimes as human beings, we don't realize what we're going through or what we're putting others through. And that is why, I believe that commitments and foundations like this bring those things to surface. And sometimes talking about it as a community help us realize that domestic violence does not just narrow down to physical abuse and wounds. I'll tell you firsthand from experience, words are strong and they stay.
There are support systems here on the island.
Talking about it, expressing your feelings, being heard is important because I feel that's the beginning of understanding, healing, and recognizing.
If you or someone you know has experienced domestic or sexual violence or is affected by these issues, help is available. Call 911 or reach out to the 24/7 Caradot Victim Hotline at 670-234-5100.
Coming up, the last of our Chris Nelson's French Polynesia series. Where to next?
And the Fisheries get together to speak up about challenges in the CNMI. More news. Don't leave us. Stay. Next.
Trust between service provider and customer is important because it forms the foundation for a long-term positive relationship. Trust influences everything from customer satisfaction to loyalty to community relationships.
Customers provide feedback on the services they receive from us, and their experience is our success.
I recommend Docomo Pacific to a lot of people, especially if you game. If you're like me, who live basically around the internet, they really, Docomo does really care for those who are their customers.
Honestly, from where I work at, I'm a customer service, and customer service is big for me, and they meet our expectations.
One of the positives of being a Docomo customer is the service. For us as a restaurant, we focus a lot on customer service, and it's nice to see, Docomo doing the same thing.
It's clear that they've been working to deliver more value for local businesses like ours. When their internet works consistently, it fades into the background, and that's how it should be.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Over the past year, the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council has traveled across the Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and Hawaiian Islands to hear directly from fishing communities living on the edges of a changing environment. Through support from the Inflation Reduction Act, we've been meeting with small boat fishermen, indigenous leaders, and community advocates to understand how the climate is impacting their access to fisheries, island infrastructure, and food security. From Hilo to Hagatnya, from Ta'u to Tinian, our communities are sharing their experiences. They're feeling the effects of a changing ocean, shifting fish stocks, predatory sharks, and the challenges of regulatory pressure without resources they need to adapt to these changes. In response, the Council and our federal partners are working out a climate responsive plan that include scenario planning to prepare for future challenges, regulatory reviews to fit policies with local needs, better management practices to adapt to changes, and support and training for our fishing communities. This isn't just about fish. It's about the people who rely on fishing to feed their families, sustain their cultures, and grow their economies. By listening thoughtfully and acting strategically, we're working to ensure the U.S. Pacific Islands have the voice, the skills, the tools, and the resilience to navigate the currents of future change. Aloha, olomwe, undankulu sijusmase, and tofa soifua fa'afatai.
I love Mariana's coffee from Join Me for a Cup. I think you would be really happy.
Welcome back. You are watching the Monday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
With a bottom-up initiative, fish vendor challenges are discussed and data is being brought back to the Regional Council. On Saturday, October 4th, the Pacific Islands Fishery Group held a meeting focused on fish markets and the challenges they face in the CNMI. Alex Min says they are here on behalf of the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council, a federal agency that manages the fisheries throughout the region 200 to 300 nautical miles.
Everything we're learning and hearing in these meetings, we record, we make a report, and we bring it to the Federal Fishery Council that then makes decisions based on these kind of recommendations. So that's why it's so valuable for fishers to share their concerns, their voices, and their needs, because these things and issues need to be recorded to make sure our voices are heard.
Here are some of the concerns brought up from the fish vendors and aspiring entrepreneurs during the meeting. Arnel Obando on the laws around net fishing.
They made the law to prevent breaking all the corals here in the island, which is good for us, for the future generation. But for us as fishermen, we're suffering. There's a lot of mullet fish here in the island, a lot of milkfish, but we cannot harvest it. How can we consume our own fish here in the island if we are not having an opportunity to catch it? That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Why the government doesn't make the law that let the fishermen use like 2 months in a year, designate a place that the net can be used.
Eva Moises on the challenges of permit fees from the Division of Fish and Wildlife.
Sometimes they don't have a permit to go and to sell this fish to the market because of their lack of money to spend to get the permit. Our concerns about it is that the fishermen, they don't have nothing choice, but they have to bring their fish to their home.
Rachel Ramirez on pricing challenges with the market.
Actually, we're buying the fish like $3.50 per pound, and then at the second day, they want us to give us like $2.50 per pound in a span of 24 hours. Like that. yeah, that's what the biggest challenge is. But we don't have a choice but to give them what they want.
On the advisory panel for Western Pacific Fisheries Council, Ray Tebuteb says the location of where the fish is being sold can be improved.
Personally, I think we need the fish market, a very well-functional, professional-looking even fish market, just like our farmers. So we need those kinds of things in place.
Tonight, a meeting on shark depredation is being held at Crown Plaza from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m.
What the science says is that there's no sharks, that they're endangered, that they're 1-2% of their historic biomass. But the fishing community is seeing something completely different. So we want to make sure their voices are heard and recorded. It's a really hot topic, and we want to come to some solutions as a community, not just with fishers. We want scientists, we want management, we want everyone, even our elders, to come and share their opinions and their historical knowledge on sharks and the shark issues, so we can make sure there's a future for our next generation to access the ocean safely and also be able to feed their families. And we believe there's a way to be in harmony with the ecosystem by managing it and balancing it well.
As we speak, another meeting is being held about sharks. Tomorrow, a meeting on Rota will be held at the Mayor of Rota Conference Hall, and on Wednesday, a meeting on Tinian will be held at the Tinian Western Lodge in Marple Heights, both from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m.
In less than 2 years, the NMI will bring athletes, coaches, and officials to Tahiti for the Pacific Games. Now, we got a head start on that trip, and tonight we wrap up our series from the South Pacific as our Chris Nelson suffers horribly, and he leaves Bora Bora and heads into port.
In the morning, we sail for our home port and sadly turn in Petunia. She has served us well. All of us will take away some very special memories from this trip just south of the equator.
I love our family, and I love getting together, getting everybody together. I mean, I look forward to it every year, and I feel blessed that I can do it, and I'll do it as long as I can.
What are your takeaways from this trip with this group?
Absolutely chill.
Well, listen, Chris, I've been with you on a number of, for decades, we've been doing adventures together, and one of the most important things to me about doing a sailing trip is not the boat, not the navigational challenges, not the sailing challenges, it's the people. And I'm very, very particular who I would spend a week in close quarters with. And I knew this group would be very compatible, and it certainly was. We thoroughly enjoyed each other, and everybody contributed in their own way.
All right. Yeah, anything else? Any parting thoughts on this trip?
I'm grateful to have the knowledge and the means to be able to do these types of adventures, and I hope to be able to do them into my doddering old age, which is rapidly approaching.
Silver chain, I have my ship, and all the flags are a-flying. She is all that I have left, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. What heaven brought you and me, Lord, your voice is calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I've been around the world. I have been around the world, looking for that woman, girl, who knows, who knows love can endure, and you know it will.
Thanks, Chris. Coming up in sports, a rising star represents the CNMI in heated tennis competitions. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
I'm just so tired of you. You're not here. Oh, I'm just so fed up with you already. Why can't you just be, a good father and all of that and just help me out? And I don't even know what to say anymore because I'm tired. Look at you.
In our village, everyone knows everyone. But when my mom is home, she turns into a different person.
You think you're better than me? You're just like everyone else. Nothing.
I don't know why mommy yells like that. Daddy always stays quiet, but it makes me scared.
Hey, so how's everything at home? I noticed you were looking a little sad in class today.
The teacher asked if I was okay. I didn't know what to say, but I told her everything.
Thank you for coming in and seeing us, Luan. I want to give you some pamphlets and some help. As you can see, this is, how to get away from your domestic wife.
People listened. They didn't judge us. They helped Daddy and me find a safe place. Now, there's no more yelling. Daddy makes me happy and safe. We laugh together. My dad and I were scared, but now we are not, because in our community, we take care of each other.
If you see something, say something. Families impacted by domestic violence need your voice. Call for help. Together, we can break the cycle and build our families. To make a report, call the Division of Youth Services Child Protective Services 24-hour on-call number for Saipan at 670-285-2780 or 2781. For Tinian at 670-287-3268. For Rhoda at 670-287-2553. For emergencies, please call 911. Tell a teacher, counselor, or trusted adult. We are here for you.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
I'm a savage. Drop the classic. Big dreams, I got big dreams since like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! CNMI Junior Tennis standout Stella Choi gained valuable international experience this past week as she represented the Pacific team at an under-12 tournament in the Central Asian country of Kazakhstan. Facing some of the toughest young players from across Asia and Africa, Stella Choi held her own in a demanding week of competition that tested her skills and resolve. According to Coach Jeff Race, who oversees the Pacific team, Stella delivered some of the most inspired performances of her budding career. Here's Coach Jeff with an on-location interview.
I'm here with Stella Choi of the Northern Mariana Islands, a member of the Pacific Oceania 12 and under girls team competing in the 2025 Intercontinental Cup. How were you chosen to be a member of this tour, Stella?
I was chosen because I placed second place in the Pacific Oceania Junior Championship.
You've played teams from Chinese Taipei, Africa, and Iran. Can you tell me about the strength of the players from the other teams?
They're very tough.
And who do you think was the toughest?
I think Africa was the toughest.
How are you getting along with your teammates and where are they from?
They're from American Samoa and Samoa, and I'm getting along with them by dancing and playing games.
Despite the long travel and unfamiliar conditions, Stella adapted quickly to the high-level play and fast pace of the international field. Her matches featured long baseline rallies, aggressive returns, and several tightly contested sets that showcased both her talent and growing maturity on court. The tournament brought together elite junior players from across continents, giving the Pacific region's rising stars, including Choi, a rare chance to measure their progress against world-class opponents. For Stella, the experience was as much about growth as results. She leaves Kazakhstan with new confidence, lesson learned, and a renewed motivation to continue improving as she represents the CNMI and Pacific region in future international competitions.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of isolated showers, light winds, and low temperatures of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Tuesday, should bring some more moisture with a 40% chance of isolated showers throughout the day and night, with temperatures ranging from highs of around 85 degrees and lows of 77 degrees during the sunset strip. The sun has set at 6:03 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:07 a.m., exactly the time when the members of the Governor's Economic Council ply themselves with Marianas coffee and examine the possibility of convincing new industries to dip into the magic elixir of our islands. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We will see you again on Wednesday.